Welcome to a new Geoguessr video. In this video we'll be playing an NMPZ tournament, and yeah, I'm doing a post commentary on this video because my microphone had some issues during the recording. So yeah, we'll be taking a look at this tournament because I think it was somewhat interesting. So yeah, in the first game we had Dimitra, or Dimitra, I'm not sure how to pronounce that honestly, but yeah, we played the NMPZ tournament. And the first location, pretty obvious, Malaysia. I think I went in the middle, but yeah, we had stickers on the poles, Gen 4, so it's not going to be Borneo. And yeah, pretty standard Malaysia. Also the poles look very Malaysian, these metal poles, or actually lamps, I wanted to say. He gets a very nice guess, so not the best start. Especially in these tournaments. I don't know why it's this laggy, but yeah. Anyways, I think it'll fix itself. Yeah, okay, I think it's fine now. Anyways, like every point matters in this tournament because you have a round limit, and yeah, after the round limit, whoever has more HP wins, and it's very rare to see someone get knocked out before the 7th round. So yeah, here we had a reddish road, so I thought maybe like BC, I mean we had the BC guardrail, but with these shorter trees and the red road, I wanted to try more north. And yeah, we'll see if it ended up being a good guess. And yeah, it was max north, just entering northwest territories, and that was 300 points. But yeah, Canada, as you probably know, not really my strongest country. Round 3, we had Spain with the black car, with the pole. We had the leather pole, and I figured it's probably just Galicia. Looked very Galician. We also had a bunch of these rock walls. So yeah, I just went for the guess. The houses also felt pretty Galician. And yeah, it ended up being Galicia. Our opponent went for the eastern guess, and that was a lot of damage. And yeah, round 4. After that I felt pretty comfortable, but it wasn't really over yet. Next round we had Austrian, Slovenian bollards. The road was kind of like worse quality, and on the left side we had like dashed lines. So that's why I figured it's maybe Slovenia, but it was actually Austria. And we both went for the Slovenia guess. Felt points, nothing too crazy. And yeah, we had round 5 now. Round 5 was Guatemala. We had that ridge to our east-southeast. And there's this like eastern ridge in Guat. And I thought it could be there, but I didn't really want to fully commit, so I just kind of hedged. But yeah, I feel like I wasn't really... I wanted to just hedge, like, because there's no point in going for any crazy guesses. And yeah, ended up just being Guatemala City, so that worked out quite nicely. And yeah, a bit of damage again, round 6. So yeah, I was just trying to not lose too many points. But we had Japan, which is not really the country that you want to see, especially like a rural location with not a lot of clues, especially no pole plates and stuff like that, no transformers. But yeah, I figured I should probably just go for a central guess because, like, in the worst case scenario, like E5 case, but I felt like I should still have the lead. And yeah, I think he did commit in the end. No, he didn't. He also went for the central guess. It ended up being further south, so that's also 400 points for us. And round 7 was Brazil. So yeah, this was a bit scary, but also again, like, I felt like I shouldn't worry because it's probably going to be northern Brazil. Felt pretty dry. We had some cacti on the left. On the left side, and yeah, I just clicked northern Bahia, and yeah, I prayed that I should be fine, and I ended up being fine, even though it was Ceará. So, like, with a 5k, my opponent could have won there, but luckily that did not happen. So, yep, that was the first game, and I will be right back with the next one. Okay, so here's the second game. Here's what the standings looked like after the first game. And we had Zakir in the second game. And yeah, let's see how this one went. Round one. Round one was pretty straightforward. Guatemala. We had the car blur. We had like this painted pole on the left side. We also had some Spanish. And I initially thought like more north because it didn't really look like the southern stuff. So you'll see I did go further north. And then like last second I switched to a worse guess. And it ended up being northeast. So yeah, that was a missed opportunity to deal some damage. And as I said, like in these tournaments, every point matters. So yeah, not the best start there to switch like that. Yeah, round two looked like I think this was New Brunswick, or at least I would go New Brunswick on this right now. I ended up going Newfie, I think, which was a bad guess because yeah, that's simply just New Brunswick. I don't know why I went Newfie, but yeah, already a very poor start. 1,000 points is pretty significant. And yeah, next round we had Sarawak Poles, and we were driving on the left side. White car, pretty simple Malaysia. Again, better guess from our opponent, where I guessed is probably too hilly for this location. But yeah, already a very poor start. And round four was Thailand. Nothing too crazy here. I think I just went like middle-ish because it looked kind of ambiguous, like not really something you could region guess. So yeah, I just went for the central guess, maybe slightly more east. Yeah, it ended up being a solid guess, but that was still nowhere near enough to win us the game. And yeah, round five. This is where things got somewhat scary. So yeah, the next round, this is a very tough one in my opinion. I really didn't know what to think of this. I mean, it's obviously Western USA, but like there's so many possibilities. And yeah, I think I went for like Oregon, Washington guess, which I think is pretty reasonable. And yeah, I don't remember where exactly it was, but I feel like it was Wyoming or something. And yeah, it was Wyoming. Another very poor guess. Opponent had a slightly better guess in Idaho. And yeah, round six, we had this round. And yeah, this round, I immediately thought it was Bangladesh. So I just went for the guess quickly with these like white lines and this like wider road. So I felt like this was the only chance to maybe catch my opponent off guard. And that's exactly what happened. So very lucky there to get that round. Also, even not really a good region guess. But yeah, round 7 was just Arge now, and yeah, I figured I was safe here. We had Formosa Palms, and I just clicked Formosa, and it was there. So yeah, a bit of a comeback, but also kind of lucky there to get that round. And yeah, we moved on to the next game, where we would be facing Geo. And here's the next game. As I said, we were facing Geo in this one. Yeah, this one was probably the hardest one for me. I mean, Geo is very good in NMPZ. And yeah, the first round we had very red soil, double yellow lines, should be Argentina. Also these bushes on the left side and on the right side. So yeah, overall felt pretty Argentinian. I wasn't really sure about the region guess, but with the reddish soil I thought maybe more north. But I think that wasn't the right idea. And yeah, in the end I didn't have the best region guess, so I kind of went for Salta. It ended up being La Rioja, and Geo got the state, so a very nice guess there. Round 2. we had, I don't remember the location. Okay, it was Philly. And yeah, we had a lot of crops here, I think, on the left side. Looked very flat. Overall looked very northern in Philly. Also, we have the white car. So I just went for the standard guess in Philly, where you get a lot of coverage in this like valley. And you'll see now, Geo ended up basically 5k in this incredible guess. Yeah. Round 3. I thought I was cooked here at this point because that was such a massive guess. Round 3, we just have a Po Valley location, pretty simple. We also had some hills there east, so I was trying to find some hills that could work. Couldn't find any, so I just ended up clicking pretty much in the middle. Ended up being further east. Yep, 200 points, nothing too crazy. Round 4, we had... So yeah, we had this round. This round, I immediately thought of Kalimantan. With these roofs, especially that like tiled roof in the distance. Overall looked pretty much like Kalimantan to me. Also, we didn't really have any oil palms. So yeah, I just went for the East Cali guess, and that ended up being the right call. G went for Sumatra there, so very good damage. And yeah, we were back after that guess, but we still had 3 rounds to go, and we got Japan, which again, like, not really something that I want to see like pretty much ever, especially like Gen 3 Japan with no info. I just clicked Nagano and ended up being very close, so very lucky there indeed. But yeah, round 6, and you'll see like things got very close in the end. Here I thought of Romania at first, Romania or Bulgaria, but then ended up switching to Hungary. It ended up being Bulgaria, and Gio had a very nice guess there, so already got very scary. I did not need to go for a Hungary guess, I could have hedged. I had a massive lead, so I did not need to throw it away. And we got this location where I thought I recognized the road, but it actually doesn't really make sense. I mean, it makes some sense, but this road where I guessed doesn't really look like that. I guessed in North Kazakhstan region, and it ended up being Kostanay. This was insanely close. I think it was like 100 points that made the difference. So yeah, we ended up winning the game. Very lucky there, I think. But yeah, I feel like Geo was overall like a lot better in that game, but that one guess just cost him the game. So yeah, but I will be right back with the next round. And here's the semifinals. We had RLH in the semifinals. Yep, let's see how the games went. Round 1, we have, yeah, so here this car looked pretty Asian. We had, I think it was a very B type antenna, and with the hills and the trees I felt it's probably just Krasnoyarsk, so I just sent Krasnoyarsk immediately. And yeah, I think it was a very B antenna, but I'm not sure. I mean, it's NMPZ, like NMPZ antennas can be hard to recognize sometimes. And he went for a Moscow guess, and it ended up being Krasnoyarsk, so very nice start there. Round 2, I don't really remember what this was. It was, let's see, it was just Finland. We had a Finnish sign there. I think it was actually Finland. We also have the back of the car that I actually didn't see in the game, but now I see it. We have a blue back of the car like at the bottom of the screen. But yeah, it was Finland. Slightly closer there. Our opponent, 300 points. Nothing too crazy. Round 3. I mean, I felt like I should probably just maintain my advantage here and go for simpler guesses, because like 4,000 points is kind of tough to gain unless there's like some very hard rounds. Had Mongolia here with this new Gen 4 coverage. this like car with I don't know what that's on top of it, but like a tent or something. And yeah, I know that there's a lot of this coverage like west, but I wasn't really sure where it would be. And yeah, I don't really know this New Mongolian stuff very well. But yeah, I just ended up clicking a bit for the rest, and we'll see. It ended up being max west, so again, good points, 500, like every point matters. And we had round 4, which was Ukraine, felt very southern with the trees. I just went for the insta-guess. Very overall southern landscape. And yeah, we had this Ukrainian antenna, and I just went for the guess. He ended up hedging, and it was a very accurate guess, so another 1200 points. And yeah, round 5. I felt like there's no way I could lose here. And we got the Sarawak location. I think it was Sarawak. I mean, the pole in the distance looks like a Sarawak pole. It was also somewhat hilly. And yeah, I think I ended up going for a southern Sarawak commit, and yeah, it ended up being right there. So we won even without the round limit, which was very nice. But yeah, and that's the semifinals. And I'll be right back with the final game. Alright, here's the final game. We ended up playing against Hos, and yeah, round 1 was, I think it was Israel. Yeah, it was. We had a flag there, we had the yellow lines, also the landscape looked very much like Israel. He ended up making a very nice guess there. It was southern, didn't really expect it to be there. But yeah, round 2. We had, I think it was actually Israel again. Yeah. So again, pretty much the same landscape, and also we had the yellow lines and these like chevrons. I ended up going for a northern guess. It ended up being correct this time. So a bit of damage there, 200. And as I said, every point matters. I need to stop saying that and repeating that. But yeah, round 3. So here we had like these Baltic pines, and the overall like architecture felt very Ukrainian. So those houses kind of looked nice. So I figured maybe it's just Kiev, but it ended up being Dnipro. So we both went for the same guess, and it ended up being not correct, but it still was Ukraine. So yeah, round 4. This was a very tough round in my opinion. The country is obviously Brazil, but the region guess was kind of maybe tougher. So yeah, I went for Sao Paulo guess. Yeah, I don't know. Brazil can be somewhat random sometimes. And it ended up being Bahia. Like, yeah, I'm not going Bahia on that. Minas, I could see. I mean, it makes sense. It's also very close to Minas. But yeah, that was a tough round in my opinion. Round 5. We had Iceland there, so we had a sign for Akureyri. And I should have 5k'd this, but yeah, it's not even hard to 5k. I think I see the 5k right now. Or no, it's probably not that road. It's, yeah, I don't know. I didn't 5k in the end, but it, like, I should have 5k'd it. And yeah, it was just that, like, very simple. But yeah, that was 35 points. As I said, every point matters, and you'll see why I mean that. Round 6, we have Malaysia here. It was somewhat hilly, so I figured I should probably try to go more north. And yeah, hills are usually more common north, especially like bigger mountains in mainland Malaysia. But yeah, it was Gen 4 double white lines. We were driving on the left side, and we went for the same guess. It ended up being max north in Kelantan, I think. Another 54 points, and now we were basically equal, and it came down to the final round, which was just Germany. So yeah, 23 copyright. The houses looked pretty German. Also a bunch of German cars, so yeah, it should be Germany. And I had a lead, So I should have probably just... you'll see what happened. Yeah, so I spent a bit of time here thinking, and I decided to go for a slightly more eastern guess, because the houses looked maybe slightly more eastern. And he just clicked in the middle, which I should have done, and yeah, that ended up costing me the game. Pretty unfortunate there in the end, but yeah, as I said, every point matters in this format, so yeah, that's gonna do it for this video. Hope you guys enjoyed, and I will see you all next time.